let's get into our first nerdy, holy what the hell topic of the day. Okay. So this is actually a bit of news, I'm not going to lie, but it's just a little bit of news. And this is about the writer that they're looking to have on for the Marvels movie that is set to release later this year, which is another movie that I'm actually looking quite forward to. I can't even lie to you. And I don't know why I'm looking forward to it so much, but I really, really am. Like, I really, really am looking forward to this movie. And it might be crazy, but it is the truth. Okay. Oops, my bad. So let's take a look at what this article says about the writer. Marvel Studios is set to have a jam-packed MCU 2023 movie slate, with one of them focused on Brie Larson's return as Captain Marvel in The Marvels. Now, new details confirm that one of its writers is tied to Robot Chicken. Directed by Nia DaCosta, the upcoming MCU sequel will also headline the big screen arrival of Iman Vellani's Miss Marvel and Tiana Paris's Monica Rambeau, joining Cara Danvers for a cosmic adventure. The Marvel's official synopsis also provided a preview of what to expect, noting that the trio's powers become entangled with one another's just in time to save the universe. Ooh, that actually sounds really interesting. I don't think I knew about that one. Larson has been at the forefront of hyping up the Marvels in the past months, with the MCU actress teasing that the movie will explore Carol's new phase that will hopefully silence the critics from the first movie. Ahead of its premiere next year, another reason to build up more anticipation for the Marvels was revealed. Robot Chicken writer credited as Captain Marvel 2's scribe. Marvel Studios, via the official press release for The Marvels, has confirmed the four writers who penned the sequel script. WandaVision's Megan McDonald, director Nia DaCosta, Loki's Elisa Karisk, and She-Hulk attorney at law's Zeb Wells. Oh, Zeb Wells. They said four names and all they got is a picture of Zeb. That's crazy. They did him dirty. Wells is a notable inclusion to the list since he is an Emmy and Annie award-winning writer and director of for the TV show Robot Chicken, including the Emmy-nominated Robot Chicken Star Wars Episode 2. Aside from his triumph with Robot Chicken, Wells also wrote numerous titles for Marvel Comics, such as Heroes for Hire, Avengers, and various Spider-Man titles. Damn, that's dope. Captain Marvel 2 will prove Zeb Wells' addition to the Marvel stellar list of writers clearly indicates that the Captain Marvel sequel will be funnier than the first movie. Granted that there are still comedic elements in the Brie Larson-led solo superhero flick, many would agree that it didn't stand out. Robot Chicken is best known for its hilarious sketches, and Wells being on board for the Marvels may hint that some wacky antics might be in the cards for the sequel's main trio. Wells already proved his comedic prowess when he joined the writer's room for She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and his knack for humor will be further showcased in The Marvels. In the Xfinity Saga, there was a glimpse of Carol Danvers' comedic side, but it wasn't shown that much. The Marvels could fix this issue, as it will allow fans to see a different side of the Cosmic Avenger ahead of her next team-up movie with Earth's mightiest heroes. And this is what I have to say about that, right? Is that this is all very whoa. And this is all very factoids and true and whatnot. But what I'll say is I'm all for Captain Marvel being a little bit funnier. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am for it. And I'm here for the serious humor, not for the, outside, but like at the end of Shang-Chi, when she told Shang-Chi to get her number from War Machine and then just dipped, I was rolling. I was like, bruh, what? He was like, bruh, I do not have her number. I don't know why she does that. Like, bruh, I was rolling. And if they could like kind of capitalize on that type of humor, and I honestly think her being with Tiana Paris and also being with Iman Vellani, or should I say, Captain Marvel being with Photon and Miss Marvel, that's definitely a switch up in that dynamic of what type of movie they're going for. I think they were trying to go for too serious of a movie with the first one, and I do think that they should have kind of led into more of the, not the comedic side of things, but more of a light-hearted vibe, because in my eyes, and I don't know how everyone else sees this, but when I think of Captain Marvel, I do not think of like grown-ups looking and watching Captain Marvel. I think about like the children, like my daughter. Like I think about my daughter watching Captain Marvel or something like that. And that movie was not like a good first movie for the first woman movie in the MCU. Much like how the Wonder Woman movie wasn't a good movie for that. But it's just like maybe they should have did a little bit different, you know? I don't know. I see what they were trying to do, but I think Secret Invasion is going to accomplish all of the things that they were trying to accomplish with Captain Marvel. That's just my humble opinion. But with what we're hearing right here and what we're hearing from, it seems like it's going to be a really fun time. And one of the scoops that we know when it comes to the Marvels is that we're supposed to be getting Black Bolt from the Inhumans in the Marvels, and that's going to be pretty interesting. And it's not supposed to be the same one, of course, from the Multiverse of Madness, and obviously also not the same one from the Inhumans show. But we are supposed to have a different type of version of that, but it's going to be that same actor. And then if that's true, I think it'll do a lot of benefit for that movie. And we're supposed to have like a couple of interesting, weird things that we've heard as well go on in that movie that I'm not all the way here for. Kind of like the Musical Planet. Like I'm not all the way here for that, but I do think that would be funny. And I do think that it would be all right. But I just don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be too much. And that's just it. So yeah, those are kind of the things that we know when it comes to the Marvels so far, and I believe that was coming at us from the MCU Direct, but coming at us from Big Screen Leaks, which is one of the scoopers. He says that I've heard that the buzz internally is positive. I'm fully expecting this to be a surprise hit for Marvel and one of Phase 5's best projects, so that's definitely a vibe, and that's definitely a dub. And it's awesome hearing scoopers say stuff like this. Of course you have to take everything with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, Big Screen Leaks is saying that the buzz internally is super positive. But what I will say is that that's kind of the same thing that we've heard about the Flash movie, so we kind of just have to wait and see really what's going to happen, because I believe these movies might even release around the same time. I might be wrong about that, but I believe that they do, and I don't want them to be similar at all. But I know it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be similar, but I just think that Captain Marvel is definitely going to be on some wild, wacky vibes, right? We've also heard that within Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel are supposedly supposed to be switching places like they did at the end of the Miss Marvel show, and that's supposed to be kind of something that's happening continuously throughout their movie. But within that article that we just read, it also said that they would be sharing powers. So I'm not entirely sure what all of that means, but I am super, super here to see, what that is going to be. And unlike most people, I didn't hate Captain Marvel. I thought it was actually a pretty good movie, but I do think that they made some really bad decisions, like the whole showing the same thing over and over and over again throughout the movie. Some of the creative decisions with like MRVL and stuff like that fell really flat for me. I understand it, but I would have been more for if they made MRVL like MRVL, and just made MRVL still make MRVL a woman, but make MRVL like how MRVL is in the comics, right? I would have been all the way for that, but it is what it is. But yeah, that I think that movie could have been tremendously better, but let's see what happens with this one. So let me know how you guys are feeling about the things that we're hearing about the Marvels, them switching places, and Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel switching places, and then what we just read from the MCU Direct, they're supposed to be sharing powers. Like, all of that sounds insane and crazy. So I'm definitely here to see what's going on with that. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is going to be the first serious movie in the Ant-Man franchise. I mean, I love all of those movies. I'm not even going to lie to you. I love the Ant-Man franchise so far. And I think the third movie is definitely going to be the first time that people take him serious. Not just the time that the movie is serious, but people take Ant-Man serious. No one's really taking Ant-Man serious the whole time, but he deserves to be taken serious. Everything that, Endgame was his idea. Like, everything that happened is because my guy is actually very smart and dope at doing heist stuff. So I'm pretty dope. I'm excited to see the third movie also be a heist movie, but be way more serious and not as lighthearted and whimsical, I guess. There's nothing wrong with the lighthearted whimsy, but I just want something a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up with the Team Samurai? How you doing, my G? I hope you're having a lovely new year, my guy. Let me know how your day's been so far, and I am happy to see you here. I'm all for seeing a quick-witted, powered-up, dynamic Captain Marvel that plays really well off the other heroes she works with. Carol and Danvers is and always will be an alpha dog. Oh yeah, and I'm all the way here for that, and that's what I want her to be more. I don't know how people would take this, but I want her to just be a little bit more lighthearted though. Like a little less drill sergeant and a little more like Johnny Blaze. You know what I mean? Like a little more like Human Torch. Like not to that extent. You know what I mean? But just be a little bit more lighthearted, just a little bit, And I think having to be around a child, well, with that, that is Miss Marvel, even though Miss Marvel isn't a child, but compared to Captain Marvel, she is a child. It's like, yeah, like that'll definitely be interesting. And it's like, what the hell? How are their powers connected? And that leads me to believe, the devices are from the Kree and all that stuff. So we'll see what's going on. And I think the Marvels will do the most to give us a little bit more lore behind what's going on with their bands and things. And I think it's even possible that we might see Shang-Chi in that movie, especially because his bangles and I believe Miss Marvel's wristband are probably going to be connected. And I think the movie might give us a little bit more of that as well. So I would really be down for that. What if the villain of the Marvels is Rogue, who had run-ins with Captain Marvel in the comics and stole her powers? I think that would be dope. But it would just be kind of hard to do that unless they made Rogue like an Inhuman, because there's like supposedly the Inhumans are supposed to be on a moon, just not Earth's moon, and that's kind of like where they find like Black Bolt whenever they do come across him. But I don't know how else that would happen, especially because we don't even have, we don't have any of the X-Men in the MCU yet. So Rogue being the first one, I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm here for it. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm here for it. I keep losing the connection. Gonna leave and come back. No sound from you. Oh wow, I have no idea. What's up with that, G. Yeah, definitely. If you guys are having some connectivity issues or something, definitely drop a refresh real quick, and then it should fix everything. Not sure what's going on. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's all of that stuff, and I am super hyped about it, man. I'm super hyped. And another thing to be super hyped about for all of us, to be honest, is this. Wakanda Forever is coming to Disney Plus February 1st, 2023. Super hyped, super pumped for this. This movie is amazing, and I can't wait to be able to watch it again on the home screen. But not only that, I can't wait to see where they put it at within the MCU, so we know exactly where this takes place. If you guys don't know, on Disney Plus, they do give you the timeline of all of the movies, from like where they are and where they started and all that good stuff. So I mean, not where they started, but where they take place within the timeline, I should say. And that's really dope. So I would like to do something like that. Maybe a timelined explain video. Maybe you guys would like something like that. I would be down for that for sure. Jeez, whoa. All right. I think the bangles and the rings are connected to Kang. Yeah, I initially my thoughts have always been from the very beginning, my thoughts about the bangles and the rings were that it was going to be connected to like Chthon or something like that, and he like made them, and everything was gonna like circle back and be connected to like Scarlet Witch and all of that type of stuff. But seeing Miss Marvel and seeing what they've done, and not only seeing Miss Marvel, but also seeing Ant-Man Quantumania, the trailer, not the I haven't seen the movie, of course, but seeing those two things, oh my god, my bad, that came out of nowhere. But seeing those two kind of coexist now with everything that we know, it does kind of feel like they're going to be connected to Kang in some way, shape, or form. But at the same time, Shang-Chi is a little bit more connected to like the mysticism and mystical sides of things. And I think to cross over the mysticism and the cosmic side, I guess you could say magical. I guess mystical and magical are basically the same thing. But to cross those over, I think it would be really cool. And I would really like to see Shang-Chi and Miss Marvel deal with each other and like talk to each other. And I'm probably like 33.3% sure that Wong will be in the Marvel some way, shape, or form, just because he's been in a lot of other projects. And I think if they do need to talk to Shang-Chi, they will go talk to him. And I'm down for that. And I'm down for that all the way. We need Carol Danvers to have Tony Stark type sarcasm and playfulness. No, we don't need that at all. No. Like maybe like the narcissism of Tony Stark a little bit, yeah, but like the sarcasm and playfulness, I think we should save that for someone else that we'll have on the team, like Shang-Chi, you know what I mean, or even our Captain America now, but I don't know, you know what I mean? I think going that way with her character will make things very not as fun as they should be. I think it would be a complete retract of the character that she is, you know what I mean? So it's like she needs to somehow is it like snarky, you know what I mean? She needs to be a narcissist, like a snarky narcissist type of thing. And I guess that's kind of what she already was in the first movie. And I had like I said, I really didn't have issues with her in the first movie. I just feel like she needs a little bit more room to breathe. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more room to breathe and be herself. But she's not sarcastic and playful. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that all the way. They can change her character. Yeah, they can change her character, but it wouldn't make sense from the character that we saw the last time into this. You know what I mean? It would kind of be like a reverse. It would kind of be like a reverse Thor type of thing. You know, like we see Like someone that, or no, it would be kind of like a Thor type of thing, taking a serious character and then just making him super goofy and like, no, that's not the way to go with that character. And I don't want a Thor to happen to Captain Marvel because it's already happened to Thor. There's no saving it at this point. You know, it's already done. I'm hoping that we can get like Beta Ray Bill to be like a solid, like alpha Thor type of thing and not be so, you know, saddy, goofy all the time. I'm not with that shit at all. We're almost caught up to the blip IRL. I believe we are, right? Because didn't the blip happen in 2023? Because the snap happened in real, like, when it happened in the movie. So that was what, 2018? Right? Yeah, that was 2018 when the snap happened. And then 5 years from that was when everybody came back. Yeah. So this year. Yeah. So this year. Like the anniversary, basically, the anniversary of Endgame, we can say, is when when the blip will happen. I think that's something safe to say. I think for Captain Marvel to be more serious, there has to be some stakes, like being overconfident. She is supposed to be overpowered. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping they do with the next movie because, like we've kind of been talking about, apparently they're supposed to be losing their powers or like changing. Like powers are supposed to be being shared. People are shifting back and forth with each other. So imagine Captain Marvel not actually having her Captain Marvel powers like that, and maybe Photon has her powers, or maybe Photon is draining Captain Marvel because we saw Photon kind of drain the light energy around her within the WandaVision show when stuff was happening. So maybe when Captain Marvel charges up, Photon becomes almost like that rogue character and like is draining her powers or something. And then we see Captain Marvel have to now traverse as being a human, like actually being a human, even though she got, like, Captain Marvel has a crazy story, like having her memory erased and all that. Like, you know, that's all crazy. So it's definitely something to see. And I'm, like I keep saying, yo, I'm here for it. Y'all already know I'm here for everything. I'm even here for a lot of the DC stuff that we're getting this year. I'm just not excited for it, you know, but I'm still here for it. But yeah, yo, Wakanda Forever coming to Disney Plus in February of 2023. It's going to be a banger. I'm all the way here for it, yo.